All right, so today we are with our keto expert Don Yang, and we'll answer 10 questions that are pretty basic for the keto diet. So we'll start. So question number 1 is, how do I start a keto diet?
Okay, so before you begin a keto diet, it's really important you keep 3 things in mind. Number 1, you want to set yourself up for success. So you want to have a good reason why you're doing this. It can be anything. It can be because I want to lose weight, want to look good, but that reason needs to be so clear that you resonate with it. Number 2.
So it's a mindset.
Absolutely. Number 2, you want to make sure your environment is set up for it. Okay? Lock away all the non-keto things like crackers and carbs and sugar.
Yeah.
Make sure you lock them away, give them away, throw them away, whatever it is. No excess to it. And don't go shopping for it as well. So important. Okay? Number 3, you also want to make sure that you have a lot of keto-friendly snacks or things, even though we don't encourage snacking, but your environment needs to be full of keto stuff everywhere to avoid you feeling like there is nothing to eat.
Yeah.
So fill your fridge up with butter, bacon, meat, fish, vegetables, eggs, even things like seaweed as a snack or pork crackling, things like that, nuts and seeds.
So even if you have a crave for something, you will go for the keto ingredients and not for carbs or whatever.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, second questions. Will my cholesterol get high? And what is good cholesterol and what is bad cholesterol?
The answer is, oh yes. But please don't worry. Cholesterol isn't what we think it is, which is going to cause us heart disease. Yes, when you eat a lot of fat like that, your cholesterol will get high. However, it is not something that we should worry about because there is good and bad cholesterol. So if you go for a blood test, typically you will see total cholesterol and you will see HDL, which stands for high density lipoprotein. That's what commonly being known as the good cholesterol. And you'll see a number next to LDL, which stands for low density lipoprotein, which is typically known as bad cholesterol. But forget about all those names because they don't really mean bad and they don't really mean good. What you want to notice is that the total cholesterol doesn't exceed 280, okay? Because that's the benchmark for medication. Okay. And the good and bad cholesterol wants to be kind of equal. So for example, if you have good cholesterol only 15 or 50 and the bad cholesterol is 385, then you know that you have a problem. Yeah, because the bad cholesterol is lower. But for the purpose of the keto diet, don't even look at the cholesterol level. It's irrelevant.
All right, question number 3. Why I cannot eat fruits and what fruits and veggie I cannot eat and why?
Okay, so first things first, fruits. We all know that fruit has sugar and the fruit sugar is called fructose. So fructose is a kind of sugar that is known as a neurotoxin to the liver. Why? Because all our body uses glucose. So if we eat sugar, eat glucose, it can be utilized by any organs instantly. However, fructose needs to go through the liver and get broken down into a glucose and something else. So it adds a lot of work to the liver. And when you're on a keto diet, we want to make sure the liver is free of doing other stuff. Okay, so fruit really a no-no on keto diet. Okay, and what kind of fruits can you actually eat? You can have fresh berries like blueberry, raspberry, blackberry, because they're very low in amount of fructose. Strawberry a little bit higher, so you want to eat a little bit less.
Yeah.
Okay, and everything else, try to avoid it. And when it comes to vegetables, there are a lot of vegetables. You can eat most of the vegetables. Focus on your cruciferous vegetable, which is the leafy greens. Anything that goes below the soil, the ground, they're called root vegetables. We want to keep it to the minimal.
Yeah.
But of course, I'm not talking about ginger, onion, and garlic because you can't really eat 2 kilos of ginger in a meal. But try to stay away from potato, sweet potato, corn, which is 90% GMO and lots of carbs, and limit the amount of pumpkin that you have.
Yeah. When you say stay away, you mean like once a week?
No, I mean don't eat it.
Don't eat it. Okay.
Yes.
No. All right. So another question is, what is fasting and why it's good when you are on a keto diet?
Oh yes, the good question. So fasting does not mean starvation. Fasting also does not mean just don't eat. Fasting actually means limit the amount of time that you're eating in a day. So for example, you might have heard of the 16-8 fast. What that means is for 16 hours, you don't eat anything. So you're doing a fast, not eating for 16 hours. And you limit your eating window, which means in the rest of the 8 hours you can eat. That's what fasting means. Okay? And why is fasting beneficial for us? Research have shown that fasting, not eating, first of all, it lowers the amount of insulin in our body. Now, insulin, we know that is a fat storing hormone. All insulin does is put fat into the cell, put sugar into the cell, feed the cell, and store away as fat. So when we're on a keto diet, we don't want that. So this is why fasting can lower insulin, and it can also reverse insulin resistance, which is a lot of people have this issue. Insulin resistance is shown to be the contributing factor of most disease right now. So this is why. And there's one more thing I want to say about fasting. When you not eat over 12 to 16 hours, your body goes into a state of autophagy, which is a state where the body starts looking for pieces of broken protein here and there, start to clean up, recycle the body, and they put it back together into new cells. So that's very, very beneficial.
Okay, cool. And you're going to lose a lot of weight.
Absolutely.
All right, another question is, how come when I'm on a keto diet and working out in the gym or whatever, I'm actually burning fat rather than carbs? So how come the fat getting burned when I'm on a keto diet?
Very easy, good question. So if you have been doing keto for a while, your body knows how to tap into the fat. So it will be easier for you. However, if you're just starting out, it's not impossible as well. So we go by the heartbeat. When you're exercising, when you're doing aerobic exercise, measure your heartbeat. If your heartbeat goes between 110 to 130 per minute, you are burning fat. Okay? That's why cardio, aerobic exercise is really great for keto. If you do very intensive exercise, like when your heartbeat goes over 160 to 180, like really vigorous, you are burning sugar. You're burning carbs. You're getting out of the muscle stored sugar, and that's when you're burning sugar. That's how you can actually manipulate your exercise to burn fat rather than sugar. But having said that, if you're on a keto diet, it is very beneficial to do HIIT, which is high intensity interval training, because you are periodically burning fat, and then you're doing more intensive burning, some sugar, and then you're burning fat, just kind of up and down, up and down. That's very, very beneficial for weight loss.
Yeah, that's my Friday afternoon.
Excellent.
All right, last question. Why on the keto diet we eat so much fat?
Oh, yes. So on the keto diet, especially for beginners, the body has forgotten how to utilize fat, because for so long you eat carbs, the body burns sugar. So when we eat a lot of fat and limit the amount of carbs, it encourages the body to utilize that fat to turn into glucose. This process does take a while. This is why some people may find out, how come my weight is not shifting when I'm on keto? Nothing's moving for 2 weeks. Very common. Hanging there. Eat as much fat as you can. When you start to see that the scales are moving, you're not hungry, that's when you're fat adapted. You can cut back on some of the fat. Just eat enough so that it burns the fat that you have around your belly. Okay, but if you are actually not very big, you're not trying to lose weight, you're doing keto for fun, keep eating all the fat because you don't have any fat to burn.
Okay, cool. Last question. How come on the keto diet I feel much more energetic and much less tired?
Yes, that's right. Because our body actually prefers using fat as a fuel for energy than glucose. That's a surprise. A lot of people don't know that when we're born as babies, we're born into ketosis. Babies already know how to use fat. So that's a preferred way. It's a little bit like when you're starting a fire and you give little sticks, it burns very fast. Very big fire, but it finishes really fast. But if you have a big log full of, oil and you burn that, it gives you prolonged fire for a very long time. So so when your body is that functional, your energy fuel is by oil, fat, you can do a lot of things with your body. Your liver's free of doing things, not controlling blood sugar.
And there's also blood sugar thing that if you eat too much sugar, your blood sugar spike
Correct.
up.
When you are on a keto diet, your blood sugar is very stable, and that gives you more energy. Okay, versus when you are eating carbs, your blood sugar goes up and down, and that's very tiring for the body. And one thing to know is that our brain anytime prefers using fat as a fuel. Okay,
That's,
so
a lot of people don't know that.
this is why when you're on a keto diet, you feel mental clarity. You're not clouded. But when you go eat a Big Mac, you feel like drowsy because of the sugar spike.
Yeah. All right. So that's our Q&A with our Dawn Yang keto expert. I will leave her email down below in the comment section, so you can email her. She also runs the keto transformation program for people and help more than 100 people to lose weight. So if you are out there and you're looking to start on the keto and you don't really sure about it, or you're looking for a coach, come and see Dawn, that's for sure. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on another Keto Chef show. Bye.
Only 100? What? You lost 25 kilos.